Well, you know what, guys? There's probably nothing more despicable than actually seeing the United States flag burn. And as a military veteran, I find it highly offensive when people actually do it. When I was in the Navy, guys, we actually did morning colors, 0800, 8 o'clock in the morning for you civilians. And the whistle would actually blow. Everybody stood at attention and the flag was raised. The same thing at evening colors at sunset. But these people, some of these people in America, man, they really, really hate America. And if you are a U.S. citizen and you hate America, you have every right to actually leave. Any person that burned this flag, hey, you can hit the door. You can leave. I heard China's pretty good this time of year. Communist Venezuela, pretty good this time of year. Leave. Get out. And you know what? I wouldn't mind if the government actually paid for people that hate this country to leave. They should go. I don't want to see the flag being burned. It is highly disrespectful, folks, to the people that actually gave their lives. One of the greatest monuments, man, is the Iwo Jima Monument, where these army people in World War II are lifting up the U.S. flag. People have died for that flag. Now, when it comes to flag burning, folks, you're going to hear people say, hey, you have every right to do it. Maybe you do. However, it is still extremely disrespectful to a whole bunch of people. I believe in patriotism, folks. So does President Trump. This is why President Trump signed an executive order to ban flag burning. But there's kind of a catch here, though, folks, because the Supreme Court in 1989 said that flag burning was protected speech. But President Trump's executive order is a little bit different than infringing on your First Amendment rights. Guys, we actually have a person that actually says he's a U.S. veteran. This guy thought it was a good idea to challenge President Trump. And he decided to, you know what? I hate this executive order. So therefore, I'm going to bring a U.S. flag and I'm going to burn it in front of the White House. This was a big mistake, folks. A huge mistake for him, because guess what? He found out. Now he's actually looking at like a year in prison, folks. Let's get into it. Right over here, guys. Feds charge man who burned U.S. flag outside White House in protest of Trump's executive order. Federal prosecutors in D.C. filed criminal charges against a man who burned an American flag outside of the White House earlier this week, after President Trump signed an executive order ordering the Justice Department to investigate flag burning. Jan Carey, 54 of North Carolina, is facing 2 misdemeanor criminal counts in Washington, D.C. federal court. Now get this here. Neither charge focuses on the fact that he burned a flag. Specifically, one of the counts was for lighting a fire not in a designated area and receptacle. Yeah, he's obviously guilty of that, folks. We got the video too. And another was for lighting a fire in a manner that threatened, caused damage to, and resulted in the burning of property, real property, and park resources. Both charges are punishable by a fine or no more than 6 months in custody. Yeah, because right over here, man, this is the executive order here from President Trump. Now he says right here, notwithstanding the Supreme Court's rulings on First Amendment protections, the court has never held that American flag desecration conducted in a manner that is likely to incite imminent lawless action, or that that is an action amounting to fighting words is constitutionally protected. See Texas versus Johnson. My administration will act to restore respect and sanity to the American flag and prosecute those who incite violence or otherwise violate our laws while desecrating the symbol of our country to the fullest extent permissible under any available authority. Yeah, so now you guys kind of get the crux of it here, guys. Because right over here, this scumbag right here, let's listen into a little bit of what he's saying here. And it's clearly, man, he's trying to incite something here. Here we go.
My name is Jay Carey. I'm a retired naval combat veteran, serving over 20 years in the United States Army. I fought for every single one of your rights to express yourself and however you feel that you may want to express.
Look at this, guys. The man has the U.S. flag on the ground. And he already has lighter fluid on it right there. And this other guy right here, he's holding the U.S. flag. That's upside down. Wow. The disrespect, man. But let's keep going here.
However you feel that you may want to express yourself. There's a First Amendment right to burn the American flag. Art Jesus in that house right there signed an executive order today saying that it was illegal to burn the American flag. No president can make a law, period. No Congress will make a law infringing on First Amendment.
Well, he's not making a law on this. Yeah, technically you can burn the U.S. flag, but you're doing it in a manner that conducts incitement of lawlessness. That's the difference here.
Right. I'm burning this flag as a protest to that illegal fascist president that sits in that house.
Yeah. And I'm not exactly sure if it's this clip right here where he actually does get arrested. Because, yes, he does get arrested. Oh, the police got him right here. Are they going to show him in handcuffs? Oh, yeah, they arrested him, guys. Right there. He found out. He found out right there, man. They arrested him. They arrested this scumbag. Yeah. Not playing games, man. We're not playing games. So I hope he actually does the full 1 year. I really do. He wanted to play games. He wanted to F around. Now he's finding out. What type of a veteran would actually go out there? You could be Trump deranged. That's your business. But what veteran would actually go out there in front of the White House, throw the flag on the ground, douse it in gasoline, and then light it on fire? What veteran would do that? This guy's Trump deranged, man. He called Trump a fascist. Wow. But this idiot was clearly breaking the law. He wanted to incite violence with that. That's the difference right there. He wanted to make this a stunt. Now, if he was like, let's say he was outside his home and then he had a flag, he just said, all right, let me just throw it down here, light it on fire. Then he wouldn't actually be in violation of the law. Now, maybe his HOA, if he has an HOA, they probably won't like him burning up stuff in front of his house. That's a different story. But there's a difference, folks. Even though I believe no one should be burning the U.S. flag. What a scumbag, man. Hopefully he does a full 1 year in prison. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.